Well, the stage is set for the 2021 World Series. After losing in Game 7 of the Championship Series last season, both these teams in the Atlanta Braves and the Houston Astros have punched their ticket to the 2021 World Series. Joining me today to preview this is President of the Bulldogs Baseball Academy, Josh Herback South. Josh, thanks for taking this time and joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Josh, like I mentioned, both these teams were so close last season of making it, obviously didn't quite make it. And both of them had a very similar route through the playoffs this season. Each team won their divisional series 3-1 and the championship series this year 4-2. I guess just how close do you think this World Series will be?
Well, in all honesty, most World Series are going to be close. That's just the nature of it when the two best teams are there. I think the most interesting thing is a lot of people were rooting against the Astros because they were caught cheating in the previous years, and in their 2017 World Series victory, it was coming out that they were recording some at bats and leaking signs to the hitters that were up. So they're looking for redemption here. I don't know that they're going to get it, but I do foresee the World Series going 6 or 7 games.
Now, like you just mentioned there, Josh, one of probably the biggest sporting controversies that we've seen in a long time, and for baseball, really since the steroid era, I would say. Now, after that 2017 championship, there's that sort of dark cloud around the Houston Astros. Do you think it would sort of be a clean slate and maybe not all forgiven if they won this year, but something along those lines?
I don't think anything would be forgiven nor forgotten, but in all fairness, they weren't the only club or organization that was doing it. So there's a popular saying that if you're not cheating, you're not trying. And with the advancements in technology, it's fair to say that they thought that they were doing the best by their clubs, but from a baseball purist standpoint, I don't think anybody would agree that that's the right way to go about the game. But that being said, I think the Astros maybe have proved to themselves that they didn't have to do that in order to be a good baseball club. And I think that should be demonstrated down the line to other clubs and to lower levels of baseball, that playing the game the right way is probably more meaningful than winning.
Now, Josh, last season, the Astros offense, especially in the postseason, was really firing on all cylinders. They had 3 different players who had an on-base percentage close to 500, and really leading that charge was Carlos Correa there. 6 home runs, 17 RBIs last year, just an absolute monster of an offseason. Now, this year, their team numbers aren't quite as good, but obviously they've seen more success making it to the World Series. Why do you think that is?
I think you just said it. Carlos Correa, since they brought him aboard since I guess 2015, he would have been drafted in 2012 and then brought to the big leagues in 2015. And he's been in the postseason with the Astros 6 of his 7 seasons. So you want to talk about a catalyst for a team, that would be it. So they've got a lot of pieces around him. With Altuve, and their starting pitcher Valdez has been good for them in the postseason. So that's what I think it is. They're a super strong hitting team, but I think Correa leads the way for them. I don't know if you know this stat, but they've scored 67 runs in their 10 postseason games, and 45 of them were with 2 outs. So that's almost unheard of. And to be a good 2-out hitting team is something any club would preach, but to have the majority or 2/3 of your runs being scored with 2 outs is it's incredible.
Now, quickly, let's just transition over to the Atlanta Braves. Now, the first and only time that they won the World Series back in 1995, they had an absolute stud in Greg Maddux on the mound. Now, this year, not quite the same rotation as the 95 season, but what do you think about the Braves rotation? Do you think it's strong enough to deal with the Astros bats?
I think if they can get to Charlie Morton twice, then I think they will have a good chance at slowing them down. So Morton played with the Astros in their 2017 season when they won. So a lot of those pieces are still the same on the other side of the field. And I'm assuming spending that amount of time with them, he should have an idea of how to pitch those guys. So that would kind of be the key, is to see if you can get Morton 2 starts, and then making sure that you have at least 2 wins by the time you get back